Hey there guys, how's it going? It's Afraid Not, and today I've got a video on the Battlefield 1 open beta that took place last week. I'm going to give you my initial thoughts and impressions on the beta. I overall really enjoyed it, I really did. I'm going to give you, I think, the positives first. I think all the guns are just brilliant. I love using every single one of them. The way that they handled was so different from one another, which I felt was a little bit different from what Battlefield 4 offered. I thought that all the guns were pretty much the same. They just looked different. You know, like every single assault rifle felt the same, and the same with the SMGs. I mean, the shotguns varied a little bit, and all the sniper rifles pretty much felt the same as well. So I loved the variety that it gave. Like every single time I used a different weapon, I felt like I had a different game plan when I was using it, and I had to use it in a different way in different situations, and I really enjoyed that aspect of Battlefield 1. I thought the graphics for a beta was very good. I love what they're doing at the moment with the Frostbite engine, and the way that it kind of sort of like they've perfected it, and the way that it looks now is just absolutely stunning. And although it's not the best looking game on console and on the Frostbite engine, and I would say that still is Battlefront. I think Battlefront is absolutely beautiful, but Battlefield 1 is definitely quite a looker. I think what I enjoyed most of all overall was that it's kind of its own beast. I don't think I've ever played a game that's really like it. Obviously Battlefield 4 is quite similar to it, but I've never played a game that's sort of set in the World War 1. Actually, in fact, I don't think I ever have played a World War 1 game. And just the atmosphere, and every time that I go and take a certain route somewhere on the map, I'd feel like that I was actually making a difference, I think, and I didn't really want to die, and it was kind of like I had that real life kind of feel to it, where I was sort of moving around the map, being really cautious about every single step that I made, and made sure that I didn't die, because I mean that would probably be a part of a negative, but it just takes so long to respawn, and it's kind of like, yeah, I just didn't want to die at all when I was playing this game. But I suppose in hindsight no one really does when they're playing an FPS game. But let's talk about some of the negatives, really. I mean, there is quite a few, and it is a beta, and I am going to bear that in mind, so I'm not going to harp on too much about the bugs, but what I will say is that there are a few too many bugs at this point in development. Now, it's kind of rang out a few alarm bells, because I kind of remember the Battlefield 4 beta where I really enjoyed it, and it still had quite a lot of bugs, but a lot of people would say, you know, it's a beta, and it was a beta, and you know, the devs will hide behind it and say it's a beta, it's only like, you know, 80% done and it needs to be ironed out, etc. But I think they had a little bit more time to sort of fix things than what this game does, and I get the same feeling as when I played the Battlefield 4 beta. I really enjoyed it. Obviously bugs, yep, I get that, but this game has got bugs in the same kind of way, but this has got less time now before release. I think it only releases in about a month's time, and it worries me, it really does, because this doesn't feel complete, and I feel like with a month left to go it should be complete, and I get the feeling that it is quite rushed, and it has been rushed quite a bit. There's some really minor gripes as well about the UI, where it's not showing you certain things where it really should, like when you can change the gun from automatic to semi, it doesn't show you how to do that on some things, but it does show you how to zero the sniper rifle. You know, little things like that I think that needs polishing, and it should already be done, I think, but you know. And I did enjoy the beta, but the map was horrific. It really was. The map is such a bad map for the way that I like to play Battlefield. I don't really like sniping, and I get it. If you like sniping, you're going to like this map. But I think universally, no one liked this map, and I feel like it's quite bad for DICE to really show a map like this, which a lot of people don't really like. And you would think that in a beta, it's kind of like a showcase of your game, really. I know it's to test the servers, but it is a kind of a way to get people who are sitting on the fence to buy your game. And I don't feel like with this map, they've really achieved that too much. I think a lot of people who were sitting on the fence that I personally know have kind of been put off by this beta, and that's not good, as you can imagine. And also the destruction in this game isn't as good as it has been in previous Battlefields. I will say that. I've been in a tank before shooting rockets at certain buildings. I'm not even getting any kind of feedback at all. It's kind of like bouncing off the walls, and you think, no, that building should crumble under that. And you know, it's little details like that they might iron out, but I do have some concerns. I'm not sure if this is going to be a day one pickup. I really want to buy it on day one, but I'm not sure if I can really validate it. I know it comes out before the official release date on certain platforms. I think on PC they normally get it first, and plus if you sign up to the EA Access thing, people get it first as well. So we will get feedback whether or not the game is broken upon release, so at least then we can kind of gauge it from that. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it was only brief and I didn't want to harp on too much about it, but if you enjoyed the video, please leave a rating, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.